I did not want to react to this. Honestly, I thought I'm done doing a comedy content. But then I'm like, hey, Canada still has a lot of liberals, and they need to see who they elected, right? The guy who's the best suited for the job, the guy with the amazing resume. Okay, guys, here you go. That's your guy. Okay, so it's about 2 minutes long. I'm probably not gonna say anything. I'm gonna try to drink my coffee and don't spit out with, I don't know, laughter or cry, because yeah, you'll see. I tried to finish the video 3 times by now. I think I made it the longest, like first 30 seconds, so let's see.
Mentioned both in New York and London, and in recent days you've been meeting with lots of business leaders and CEOs. For the most part, we don't know who those people are. Can you tell us who those people are? And will you commit that your office share who you meet with at a business level like this?
Yeah, I think we share broad. It's a good question. Actually, don't know what we share, to be honest. I mean, how's that for an honest answer?
Can you tell us a few of the people you've met?
We met today with a number of infrastructure, basically infrastructure type investors. So people who have global capital invest around the world, largely in infrastructure projects. And the sense that what I was looking for was partly obviously to tell the story of what we're doing in Canada, major projects, improving the tax system, moving forward fiscal responsibility, but also to hear from them perceptions of Canada, where they're investing elsewhere, what's driving their investment, what are the major themes, so that we're setting up the right partnerships for the country. I'll review our policy. I don't know what our disclosure policy is, so thank you for that question. And I don't know if we have to check. There's no. Let me be absolutely clear, though, just for the avoidance of doubt. The discussions I had in New York and here are discussions about the overall investment climate, not specific transactions or investment deals. How is Canada perceived? What are the global trends? What we're doing? How that would be perceived? Because we're looking to raise the profile globally. Because, as I said in my earlier comments, significant capital is going to be required. Where they're investing.
Okay, so before we start mocking the guy, which obviously it's gonna end up like this after the video like this, right? I don't know if you know this, but he mentioned twice that it's important how Canada is perceived, and it kind of proves that yeah, I mentioned it before, we're like a poor person who's dressed up in all of these highly brands and just spending money to make it look like, yes, we're rich, we're a good company, right? And it kind of explains this behavior, why we're sending 60 millions to Haiti, even though our RCMP doesn't have enough money to fight a crime over here, right? Why we're sending money to Palestine, to Ukraine, pretty much all over the world. And in my last video, I was looking at the foreign policy and how much money we're spending over there, right? I think it was around 19 billion, something like that, between 12 and 19. And it just proves my theory that we're just doing this all just so we look good. And he mentioned it twice, right? It's important how Canada's perceived. And yeah, like, I understand, like, the whole world, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of European friends, and the people who are not interested in politics think that Canada's still one of the top countries, right? But it's not like that. And you don't explain it to them. You tell them what's going on here, and they just don't believe it, because it's... Look, for example, in Czech Republic, it's corrupted, right? But we still function on logic. And if you tell them what's going on over here, they're like, no, you're making this shit up. That's not possible. Because, yeah, like, look at this speech. How is that possible? Like, literally, the third grader would be able to give better speech. Like, he can give this speech before all of the meetings, before the meetings actually happened. He can literally be like, yeah, I'm gonna meet some people, we're gonna talk about some investments, the people have money, yeah, so hopefully they're gonna invest a lot. And yeah, I don't know specifically with what people I'm gonna talk about, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Like I don't want to be too hard on him, okay? Like, let's compare Mark Carney to Kamala Harris, right? Or Harris or whatever. She didn't know what the hell is she talking about either, half of the time, right? And in the end, you kind of felt sorry for her. That someone, it literally looked like someone pushed her there as a puppet. But hey, how many times was Mark Carney pushed into some leadership position as a puppet? Because if this guy was a governor of Bank of Canada and then Bank of England, and this is how he behaves, then don't tell me that someone with resume like this is gonna say this. Like, literally, I can do that. I can go give someone presentation about something I don't know anything about, and it's gonna look like this. Like, it's ridiculous, and I don't know if I should laugh or cry. And honestly, after the election, obviously I'm conservative, but at the same time it's like, okay, so Canada elected Liberal government, there's this new guy, so let's hope he's gonna make things at least a little bit better, you know, because you don't want to wish on him to fail, because if he fails, the Canada's going with him. Well, in his eyes, he's not failing, he's probably racking money somewhere else, because Brookfield and all of that, right? And the only people that are suffering are us. His agenda probably works the way he wants to. But yeah, guys, liberals, good job. You put the guy who obviously lied on his resume as a leader of this country, and you're still die hard behind him, which I don't understand. Can you explain to me what he did since he got elected? What he did that was actually good for Canada? And I don't want to hear that BS about Palestine, because that's not good. That's not, like, Palestine is still controlled by terrorist organizations. Minimum one, mostly more. So yes, like, recognizing them right now, even though there are some precautions like, oh, in next election Hamas can't be elected or can't participate, right? But now they know what they need to do. Like, they just need to fake vote some other political party and Hamas can still be behind the scene, right? Like, it's just ridiculous. It didn't solve anything. And what, hate speech laws? I think Pierre Poilievre said it very good, and I made a video on it. Like, I have so many opinions that are similar to Pierre Poilievre, and it's ridiculous because I feel like we're both just using logic and look around what's going on, and somehow it's considered extreme. And you can see it in the US as a situation, right? If you use your logic, you're automatically right-wing, sometimes extreme right-wing. But yeah, like, even Pierre Poilievre said it, that regarding the hate speech law and hate crime, most of the hate crime, around 51%, is actually against Christians in Canada, right? But no one's going to talk about it, because you can't have racism during the Liberal government, when country voted Liberal government, you can't have racism against white people. You can't oppress white Caucasian male people, right? White Caucasian male, right? That doesn't exist under liberals for some reason. Like, it's not like discrimination is literally a broad term that you can discriminate against white people, against black people, against man, female, man, women, right? No, somehow with liberals, it's only for specific groups. Well, obviously, because if it was the way it's supposed to be, all of the DEI would actually be discrimination. So, yeah. I don't know, guys. Let's hope for another election, even though it's not going to be good, because who's going to pay for election? Well, taxpayers, right? By the way, did you saw the deficit was projected to be 51 million? That was projected in March. Well, somehow now it's 51 billion. Somehow now it's 69 billion since Mark Carney took over. This amazing guy with the great resume who's gonna help Canada become the best country ever. And I mentioned it once before. And another, I feel like this is comedy video, because like what's going on? Is he comedian? Is he Indian gonna say, oh, it was just a joke, we're not doing it? Because look, he sent money to Haiti, and obviously we know we have issues with crime, gangs, shooting, everything over here in Canada. And I made a video about it, right? And in the end, now apparently he said, let me just find it. I screenshotted it over here. Oh, what actually happened? So apparently he said that RCMP needs resources to fight foreign interference, Mount Eastel Carney government. So yeah, RCMP needs money. Obviously it's foreign interference, but still. Our cops and the safety and whatever department you want to call it needs money to protect the Canadians. And somehow we're just sending money to Haiti so they can fight against the gangs. And again, it all ties up back to what I said and what Mark Carney said in this video. It's all about the perception of Canada. So yes, we're gonna look good from outside, and inside we're just gonna, burn. It's ridiculous. Anyway, guys, if you have suggestion for the next video, let me know. I'm actually looking into Nick Fuentes a little bit. I know it's not Canadian, but his opinions are interesting. So yeah, if you liked my reaction, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.